Hi, it's Joy and today I'm going to be watching Naomi Season 1 Episode 9, Keep Your Friends Close. Now, I am hoping you never see this intro because I was just recording this reaction. I was at around 41 minutes into the episode, loving the episode. Naomi was remembering what had happened, I was speculating, oh my god. I think at this point, yep, my speculation of like, it must be one of her parents giving the car and things, oh my god. Like, Colonel Fuckface fell to his knees. And then my computer decided it had to restart right now because it had run into an error. So, the file is corrupted. I'm currently trying a few things to uncorrupt it, but assuming that that is not going to plan, my reaction to this episode is gone. Spoiler alert, the extraction did not succeed. The recovery did not succeed. It's unsalvageable. But one bit that was salvaged was, without audio, my reaction to Dee turning up at the party dressed up, and it amused me, so I thought I would add that little bit in. Now I am about to watch the final reveal of what happened. So my thoughts on the episode so far. I love this kind of episode where you have the flash forward and back, like you have the kind of interview scenes and then with what happened. My heart did break for Nathan a little bit, and I do sort of feel like maybe it's time she tells him, especially if they're dating. And I feel like Anthony, and I always forget Purple Girl's name because she's not in every episode. I think those friends potentially deserve to know, given that like Jacob knows now, it's not just the best friend. The whole thing with Dee, well, first of all, when the Colonel, whatever his name is, went to see Dee, Steele, right, that was very stressful. And then when Zumbardo was like, you're going dressed like that, and then Dee, how uncomfortable he was, how he was gradually stripping as the night went on, hilarious. Zumbardo and Dee are an iconic duo, and I really hope we get 1,000 seasons of this show just to watch them interacting. That was a lot of fun. Dee staying there for Naomi was everything, just seeing how many people care about Naomi, how many people would be there for her if she just told them, was all very special. The commander, his brand of racism hits a little close to home when you think about the real world and just how many people there are with his exact views, but simply about people who have a different skin colour to them, and who didn't come from the country they live in, when it was pure chance and luck that you happened to be born into your situation, or that a horrible war didn't happen to come to your world. Anyway, this is not the time and place to talk about that. This show is doing a brilliant job of it anyway. The fact that somehow Steele's been taken down and the military's going to view him as a crazy loon, everything to me. So I am really sorry if this reaction doesn't see the light of day. Fingers crossed this is just me talking to the void because no one will ever see it. But I'm going to jump straight in now to the end of the episode. It was literally this close to the end, like a bit closer even. Yeah. Here. And my computer restarted. Can you believe it? She's checking on her family portrait. It has to be one of the parents at this point. They're both here. They're both aliens? Are they of the same alien species? Holy shit! I was truly like going into this end bit like, oh, you know, most of the real, like, oh, it has to be one of her, both of them. I suppose it makes sense now. Does Zumbardo know? Is that why he was making his kind of vague comments about honour? That he wasn't spilling, that he knows that those aliens were looking after them. Why, if they do have some ability to have powers with the crystals, Dee couldn't detect them? Did Dee also know? Because if Dee knew, he would have told Naomi not to worry, surely. Maybe he doesn't detect every kind of alien. They're obviously, are they a different type of alien to Naomi? Is that how they found the rock? They sensed it, same as him? That similar thing? Jesus. Now, as things stand right now, I do view that as a betrayal. I think it's one thing when Naomi knows nothing about aliens whatsoever, but she knows she is an alien. They've told her so much and yet kept that from her. She deserves to know that they are all aliens, that they can maybe understand some of what they're going through. When she says things like, wait, you've been ready to go on the run, to go into hiding, your lives have been lived in fear, but because of me, they should have been like, no, all of us, we're all, like, she wouldn't have thought that. She knew they were all aliens. I I can see why she was as devastated as she was, because not only has she found out her parents are aliens, but she's found out they're aliens too in the time when and that they've lied to her all this time, and that she's been accusing her friends and people that have only ever had her back, because she would never have suspected her parents, even though someone being on her block was, I mean, did they really steal the disc, or did someone else steal the disc? But the time that she found out they were aliens was when they used their powers to inflict harm on another person, and even if it was someone as evil as Steele, they were quite ready. That was the contingency within the contingency. I don't know why I was so convinced it would be one parent when it would make sense for it to be both. Jesus Christ. Did Steele suspect the three of them, I wonder? Or did he think they just were harbouring Naomi? I guess he thought they were just harbouring Naomi. It makes sense about how they took her in knowing she was an alien, how prepared they are to deal with everything. But then it also makes you think the levels of secrets they've been keeping. Because if they also are aliens with some kind of power, even if they can only activate their powers with a crystal, you'd think they'd have been wanting to teach Naomi themselves. Maybe not when she's like 6, 2, 1, but as she gets older, they could tell her a little bit about herself in case her powers came out in the middle of a gym class. I think Americans call it gym class. The level of betrayal there of finding out that your parents have kept something this huge from you. She dealt with the fact that they hadn't told her about herself. She understood the kind of, oh, you're young, and your parents wanted to protect you, we weren't sure what to deal with it, if you'd ever need to know, that kind of thing. She dealt with that remarkably well. This betrayal on top of that, I can't wait to hear their reasoning. I really can't wait to hear their reasoning. I'm secretly relieved that I ended up with a huge break before I watched this, because that means I only have to wait a week to find out their reasoning. I mean, a little over a week, but it's next week, the next episode, so Jesus Christ. Poor Naomi finding out this way. They should have told her when she found out about her abilities, when she was dealing with it, especially when she reached a point where she seemed to be doing okay with it. They should have told her. Didn't Zimbardo know? Is that why he was okay with leaving her in their care? Because he knew that they could look after her? He's in the military. How long have they been here? Are they part of some secret? Are they part of some secret plan to overtake the whole world? And old Steele was right, and old Steele was racist. So even if he were to find one alien that was trying to do that, does not mean all of them are. Oh my god, Naomi. I just want to give her a hug. I feel like she needed time to be alone with the revelation. I think she wanted to apologise to Nate, to say she just got lost in it all. And I kind of think, I so understand her not wanting to tell them, because it is a big deal, it is a big secret, but when you have someone that's as close to you as your boyfriend, I feel like maybe he should know. He doesn't seem the type to go off and tell people, but then maybe as a military kid, would he feel like, oh, honour code, I must tell my dad? I don't know. It is a mess. I do understand how hard it is to tell people. I think he probably will be a bit upset if she doesn't tell him, if he just finds out, but we will see. But the fact that her parents have been lying to her is awful, because we're well past the point of when they should have told her now. She's 16, yes. If she knew nothing about aliens, I could say let's give it a couple more years, let her fully enjoy being a kid. But now that a world of aliens has come crashing down around her, she's almost not been telling them things because they wouldn't understand, and I need the next episode to be them explaining themselves, my god. I thought it'd be one of the parents, and from the way her mum was like, are you okay, Naomi? And her mum looked the most devastated, and she kind of swayed on her feet a little bit, like the dad was like, are you okay, dear? I really thought it was just the mum at the end, and it's both. My mind is blown. I'm also really sad that Dee's probably never going to dress like that again, because he really was hilarious to me, because he was so uncomfortable. I just want to give Naomi a hug. At least she has adults in her life that are dependable right now that she can talk to, that they all have their own secrets, because everyone does. But I think when you're a family unit, especially a family unit as close as theirs is, you know, there are certain relationships where there's shielding your children from the truth, and then there's outright lying to them. You know, if they said to her, we're also aliens, we can help you through this, because they would have experiences that she could relate to. They could have helped her so much. Why did they lie? That's my biggest thing, because they do truly love Naomi. I've seen nothing so far to suggest that was all an act of some kind. So it's not like they're secretly sleeper agents hoping to use her for their own good. That would be quite an awful twist. So if they do love her as much as they did, and they were protecting her out of love, what is their reasoning for not telling her? I cannot wait for the next episode. I'm so sorry the rest of this reaction is gone. Hopefully my recovery process has worked. It's not looking good right now, but we will see. Hopefully you've seen the whole thing. If you haven't, if you have seen the whole reaction, you're very, very lucky, because my computer shut itself down. There's something wrong, we need to restart with 40 seconds left in the episode. and then the file of the first part of the reaction is corrupted. I'm saying this out of some naive hope that everyone has got to watch the reaction as things stand. I'm so sorry. I mean, you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, but given that there's apparently 40 seconds worth of reaction, I think everyone's getting the same thing this week. Such of all the episodes to do it on. I mean, like, the last episode was really good, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't this good. It wasn't like, this, I know it's episode 9, which often is CW type shows mid-season finale. Not that Naomi has really followed the mid-season finale pattern. This really did feel like a mid-season finale-esque ending. I just want to give that girl a hug. I need to shake her parents down, see what they know. I think this episode highlighted how many supportive people Naomi does have around her, but also just how many secrets there are and how dangerous secrets can be, how much they can fracture otherwise good things. So yeah, this was a brilliant episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm so sorry if you haven't got to watch the whole reaction. And thank you for being patient with me, Naomi. I'm finally up to date. Cannot wait for the next episode. Thank you for watching.